Now, originally, when I made this video, I want to have the video that it would show the screen that I on my computer, and I want to have a webcam recording. Although I can work that out, and Movie Maker just doesn't allow it. So the movie has to be made in this way, as it is right now. But still, I hope you enjoy, and let's get into the draft recap.
What's good, guys? Baron here, and today we're here with a draft recap, basically. It is Season 2 of the Pokemon Summer League, and yesterday we sat between, well, in Swedish hours, it was between, let's see here, 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock, so basically for 6 hours, and drafted 12 mons between different categories, which is essentially Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5. And you decide that what Pokemon are going to be in those tiers, and they basically draft a Mega, and they're done. So you basically pick 12 Pokemon in 6 hours. I know, it's very, very productive. But we've done it. We did it last night, and this video is sort of showing up our team and my thought processes behind it. And this is obviously the team we're gonna rock out with for the rest of the season. Basically for the rest of the spring. I mean, the PSL is gonna last for a bit, so it's definitely gonna be a lot of fun. And with this video, it is definitely the starting shot, so to speak, of the PSL Season 2 on this channel, at least. So we're definitely excited about that. And of course, I've done it so, like, because of course I have a fancy recording system. I sort of, let me just take these away. I sort of just did, you know, I sort of just put them down in Showdown, and like that. So, of course I can't record anything, I don't have a format for it. But we're just gonna go through it and see what we have. Of course, with the first draft, I want to, well, to explain something first. I sort of went for a semi-rain team. This is my first league, and I've never drafted before. So I was talking a bit to Genghis, another coach of the PSL, and we decided to go with a weather team. And from that, I constructed this team that was supposed to go with rain, essentially, and utilize that as a battlefield ability, so to say. But Manaphy was first. I actually wanted to draft Tapu Koko or Celesteela, but those were taken in the first round. I mean, no wonder. I mean, they're extremely popular. But I decided to go to Manaphy. I mean, this is a very good mon. It has 100 across the board, so it means that you can basically do anything you want with it in terms of its stats. I'm probably gonna go with a special attacking Manaphy, just to, you know, sort of get those nice water special moves on. And of course, you know, you can go with a lot of items. I might just decide to go with a choice scarf if I want to go for a speedy Manaphy, or a choice specs. I might go for leftovers if I just want to stall, or maybe a life orb. And of course, it has a good ability in hydration. This Pokemon has the status secured at the end of each turn if Rain Dance is active. Of course, you can see the link to Rain Dance right there. And, you know, we can put a lot of moves in here. It has Calm Mind, for example. You can put Dazzling Gleam. Of course, you should have a water type move, since it, of course, is a rain team after all. You can put Liquidation. And just a bunch of good things. So that basically was, I don't know, the start, so to say, of what I wanted to do with the team. And then I decided to, and if you didn't know, I kind of went with an anime theme. I decided to, well, at least prototypically name my Pokemon after more monogamous characters. I don't have a name for Manaphy yet. I'll get to it. And we have as our second pick, because I wanted a special wall. I wanted a wall, essentially. I wanted to build a defensive team, something that will sit in there and just take a lot of hits. So I decided to go for Gudra. Now, Gudra is a very, very good Pokemon. It has extremely good special defense. It has a lot of bulky capabilities, it has a lot of HP, and of course you can dish out damage as well. It has a good special attack, so that's something that is probably going to be very good on this rain team. Of course you can put a lot of items in here. Assault Vest will probably be one of the, well, the primary items, but you can also, you know, rock out with a citrus berry or something if you want. If it will be that guy, and just stall for more time. Of course, that's Sap Sipper, which is like extremely good as an ability, and Hydration, which is more clearly linked to the Rain Dance team. So this Pokemon has status secured at the end of each turn if Rain Dance is active, which is like pretty damn good. And of course, after that, after I had these base mons, and it had gone on, well, no, the first 2 rounds went pretty quickly, so maybe 10 minutes. I knew I needed a raid setter. So basically, I needed Pokemon to be able to go out there and basically set the rain, to take advantage of the rain team capabilities. And I had a lot of options, but I eventually decided to go for Politoed. Politoed is a very good mon. It is very balanced across the board, just like Manatee, which is like extremely good with because you can do both things with it. And of course, it's just perfection for rain teams because of its abilities. Water Absorb, this Pokemon heals 1/4 of its max HP when hit by water moves. That's just, you can basically capitalize on water types by that, which is just really good. Of course, it's Stamp. It has Stamp as well. I'm probably going to go for Drizzle, to be honest, in most of the matches, because on Switch, since Pokemon summons Rain Dance, which of course, because you don't have to have Rain Dance as a moveset, you can just basically put something else in there that will be just as useful, and it will just automatically put out the rain, which is just really good. And have a lot of good moves. I mean, I'm probably going to rock out with mostly water moves on this, but I mean, there are some Hydro Pump, for example, you can put on here. Protect is very good. And just Scald if you want to go be that guy, and Burn. Just burn all the people. And Surf, maybe, Toxic. I don't know. We're gonna go with it. I'm pretty happy about this. I think Politoed is definitely gonna be the mon that Team Balance is on. It's gonna be the mon that is the reliable MVP, so to speak. Because the rain team kind of balances on a Politoed, on Van Hohenheim. So yeah, we're gonna go with it. And then I wanted the Bulky Ball to basically be able to both heal itself and just stall at mons yet again, but also be able to heal other team members. So that's why I decided to go with Clefable. Twisted Clefable. It's just an extremely good mon. It's just, oh, it's so bulky. I actually kind of sniped a lot of people with Clefable. I don't blame them. Why? I mean, it's just really good reliance to have on the team. Yeah, I decided to go with it because it's just gonna sit in there and take all the hits. That's all I'm saying. And of course you could put a lot of moves here too. I'm probably gonna go with Leftovers because I want to be that guy. It has good abilities too. With Cute Charm, for example, 30% chance of infatuating Pokemon of the opposite gender if made contact. Then that's gonna make people really annoyed. And of course Magic Guard. This Pokemon can only be damaged by direct attacks, which is really good too. Which basically you can't say you can't put a status in Clefable. It's just wasted away. It doesn't care about your status. And to be honest, I'm probably gonna have Stolly set on this, so I'm gonna go with probably you can have what can you have that is good? You can have Heal Bell, you can have Healing Wish, and of course it can be Screening. Of course, Moonlight for that stab. protect and reflect. So it's just a bunch of fun things that is gonna, you know, keep the team together and just make sure that we can stall our other opposite teams out, which will be extremely useful in this PSL season. And after that, I knew I needed a core. I had a dragon, I had a fairy type in Gura and Clefable, but in order to complete that, I needed steel type. And honestly, I wanted a defogger and just a Pokemon that will go out there and just do a bunch of damage. So I went with Scissor, aptly named Crimson. This Pokemon it's just really good. It's got that speed, but it's also got just like high attack power. So it will just dish out a lot of damage that possibly Pokemon like Clefable wouldn't be able to do as much. It's just really good because we have that core and they make up for each other's weaknesses, and I believe in Scissor. I believe we're gonna do some very good things with it. Of course, we can have Assault Vest on it, or we could possibly have Life Orb. We do a lot of things with Scissor. Has good abilities. Swarm at 1/3 or less of its max HP. This Pokemon's attacking stat is 1.5 with bug attacks. So essentially, you can just do a lot of damage when it's high HP. You can just do so much more damage when it's taking a couple of hits. And yeah, I think that's going to be great. Of course, Ignition, which is what Scissor is basically known for. This Pokemon's move of 60 power or less have 1.5 power. So essentially, that makes up for the bullet punches. And of course, it comes to Steel type, which is essentially what we want to do with it. And like Metal, I mean, its weight is half. That can be useful too. And there's a lot of good moves, agility, acrobatics, like I said, bullet punch, defogger, which will be pretty useful too, and possibly, yeah, knock up maybe or something. Iron Head. We'll be able to do a lot of things with the Crimson. It's just gonna sit up there and just attack and kill things. That's essentially what Crimson is here for. And then I knew we needed a Rapid Spinner. There's with spikes and stealth rocks and, you know, toxic spikes. Sorry. There's just a lot of things that can hurt and stall out your team. So we need a good Pokemon to be able to take care of that. And what better Pokemon to do with that than Hitmontop, essentially? I mean, Hitmontop is just one of those Pokemon that's really known for being a Rapid Spinner, and I believe in Hitmontop. I think it's going to be really good. Of course, it's a fighting type, which adds coverage too. For example, against Steel types, I guess Ice types, and other things. So it's gonna be good. And here I believe we're gonna go for leftovers mostly, just because I want to be in there and live for as long as possible with Hitmontop and Rapid Spin as much as possible. And it has a lot of good abilities, of course. Intimidate, lowering the attack of the opponent once you switch out, which will be very, very, very useful in my opinion. And Ignition, of course. This Pokemon moves of 60 power or less. That makes it like Scissor. It is a very good thing for like moves that are 60 or less power, which is quite a few in Hitmontop's case. And Steadfast. This Pokemon flinches. Its speed is raised by 1 stage, so that'll be good as well. I was tempted to name Hitmontop Beyblade just because, but I need an Armstrong. If you get the reference, leave it in the comment section below. If there are any FMA fans out there, and of course, this is Fighting type. So we're gonna go with Break. We can have Close Combat, and of course, where is it? There it is. That good and reliable Rapid Spin. For example, we can just do a lot of things with Armstrong here, and it's gonna be good. I've never used it, but I used it. No, I've used Hitmontop once or twice before as a rapid spinner on both random teams and in OU competitive settings. But I gotta say, I'm really learning how to play Hitmontop more. Because, I mean, the other Pokemon on this, at least on this half of the team, I know kind of how to use and utilize. But Armstrong is the one I'm gonna have to learn a bit more about. But I'm actually excited about that because, I mean, this PSL season is all about, at least for my case, learning about more competitive playing and essentially getting better at it. So yeah, Hitmontop is here and he's ready to go. So moving on to the other half of the team, we have Ling, the Heliolisk. Of course, one good thing about rain teams is that you get boost by thunders, which of course means you need an electric type to get that stab. So I made a few thoughts and reflections back and forth. I wanted to go for Tapu Koko, like I said. That would probably have been better. That would be like the ideal scenario. I didn't get it. And Jolteon would have been nice too, to be honest. But I decided to go for Heliolisk. It is a good mon. It's a bit down below in tiers. But it certainly is good. And it just got a lot of speed too. And I mean, of course, with that dry skin ability, its Pokemon is healed 1/4 by water, 1/8 by rain. 1/8 by rain. That's not too much, but it's a bit, and it's probably going to a substantial difference in the rain setting. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to go for Heliolisk. Of course, you can utilize this for sun teams as well, but we're using it for a rain team, which, in my opinion, will just work just as well. Honestly. And one other reason I decided to go for Heliolisk is that it just has a lot of coverage. I mean, look at this. It learns Dark type moves, it learns Dragon type moves, it learns Fire type moves, Fighting type moves. With Focus Blast, it's just great for coverage. For example, I guess those pesky, bulky Ice types. And just other things too. Steel types, for example. Steel types will be a nuisance in the setting of this league, and with that, it will definitely be good. Alright, boys, you get stabbed, and of course, what I wanted to say is you can go for Thunderbolt, which is, you know, stab 2, and things like that. So it's definitely going to be useful, and I'm really looking forward to using it. It's definitely going to be a reliable electric type. And then we have Gluttony, the Chansey. I love Chansey. I love using it, and it's just so good. It's niched, yes, but it's really reliable. I'm sorry. I mean, that's why it's one of my favorite mounts. Of course, there's no other way than to go for an Eviolite on this mon. You go for Natural Cure. It has a major status conditions cure when it switches out. That's just great. You can just basically have this thing out, and once you get paralyzed, you just switch it out and switch it back in again, and you're basically good to go. Serene Grace, this Pokemon moves has a secondary effect change doubled, which is just really, really great. And Healer, of course, 30% retracing curing an adjacent ally's status at the end of each turn. Yeah, like I said, Healers are good, and supportive Pokemon are good, and Chansey does a hell of a fine job in this. Of course, I mean, you can do some things with Chansey, but I mean, there are only so many things you can do with it. Of course, you're gonna go for Thunder Wave. You're gonna go for you can go for Counter. I wouldn't say that's very good. It could be, but we'll see what we'll do with it. You can go with, for example, Stealth Rock. You can go for Soft Boil. That's basically designed to set for Chansey, but it works so well. It's a winning formula. It works every time. So I picked up Chansey, and I'm really happy about it. And then we have Coolfish. This might be a bit of a weird one for you guys, but I don't know. I wanted to sell her, and I want something that can sell toxic spikes. Of course, it's water type. You can never go wrong with a water type on a team. That's all I'm saying. It's just got so many good things. You can explosion to just troll your enemies. Honestly, you can go for liquidation, maybe pain split. You can go for protect. And what was I looking at? Yeah, spikes. That's something you need on it. And Thunder Wave 2, and here we go. Toxic spikes. Do I need to say more? It's just really good. It's all about stalling, man. That's all I'm saying. And then we got Cryogonal. Olivier the Cryogonal. Honestly, I just needed another rapid spinner. And another defogger. And Cryogonal is good at that. And it's got a lot of speed. So, yeah. It's good. And, you know, also with coverage, we got Ice type, which is hella useful against so many things. And I think it's going to be one of those Pokemon that you may not expect to do a lot of things in this league, but I think it's going to. I honestly believe in Cryogonal. It's one of those, another one of those Pokemon I haven't used too much. But once again, that it just is very, it's going to be very fun to learn how to use it. And of course you can go for example, you can rock leftovers. that's hell of a good choice. Yeah, we're gonna put the leftovers in here, and of course levitate ability. You can use ground types, which is hella useful. And you can go for freeze dry. You can go for haze to limit your stat changes. That is also useful. You can screen it. You can screen it, guys. And screening, I'm telling you, screening is a very good thing to have. And another rapid spinner, like I said, and stuff like that. So yeah. And defog, defog's right there. Good. I thought for a second it didn't get defog. It's gonna work out anyway, but like I was gonna be surprised if it didn't get defog. So that's Cryogonal for you. And then we have Wrath, our Mega Swampert. Yeah, we actually managed to save this for the last round. I was talking a bit to Genghis, and then we realized, damn, no one's gonna take Mega Swampert, so I could just save it for the last round and be cool about that. So we did go for Mega Swampert. It's just one of those. Essentially, you have 3 Megas. We're good at rain. None of those were taken, by the way, except for Mega Swampert, of course. You have Mega Swampert, Mega Pidgeot, and Mega Manectric. We had an electric type, and Pidgeot is like semi-useful. It hasn't got like a direct link to the rain as Swampert and Manectric has. So I decided if we go for a Swampert. And we have Swift Swim, which is, of course, essentially the reason why I went for it. If Rain Dance is active, this Pokemon's speed is doubled. And of course, if you look at the speed, it's not terrible, but it's not good. So imagine that double though. That's essentially 140 speed. 140. And I don't know about you, but there's not a lot of things that outspeeds that. I mean, you got certain things, but it's certainly got a very respectable speed stat with that. And of course, adding to that the attack, the HP, leaving those hits into defense. Yeah, that's gonna be a good time. And of course, you get Earthquake. Like you cannot have Mega Swampert and not put Earthquake on it. You can go Brick Break. You can go with punching moves, Hammer Arm, for example, or Focus Punch. And you can go for, a water move, for example, like Hydro Pump or something else useful, Scald maybe, to once again burn opponents. Just a lot of things you can do with Mega Swampert, and I love Swampert too. And it's one of my favorite mons. So I went with it. I'm gonna have a fun time with Swampert. The Wrath is here. And as the last one, we have Greed. Cacturn the Greed. No, sorry, Greed the Cacturn. And this was essentially, I know, I had to have a pick from tier 5, the lowest tier, and I sort of back and forth through it, and I needed grass type, honestly. I needed dark type. So this is just sort of like a compliment to the team, so to speak. It's complimenting the team. It's just wrapping it all up into a nice package and putting a nice bow on it. And of course, you can go to a lot of things here. I'm honestly gonna go for probably a life orb. That's probably gonna be useful. That's always useful, but on Cacturn it's gonna be useful. And we're not gonna go for Sandville because that's for sand teams. We're gonna go with Water Stroke. This Pokemon deals 1/4 of its max HP when hit by water moves. Water immunity. That's good. It's good shit. And of course, you can go for Dark Pulse. You can go for Disappoint if you want to be that guy and just piss people off, taking down their most dangerous threats, possibly. You can go for Gig Drain to get that damage, or no, sorry, that health right back up. And maybe Link Sheet, honestly. I mean, it's a very good move too. It's got mixed attacks, attack 1/15 and special attack 1/15. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about this team overall, and I'm liking the look of it. It's got, I would say it's got more bulk than attack, but I would also say we got a lot of attack. We have Wrath, for example, this Mega Swampert, and we have Healing Disc, of course, which is a good special attacker, and we got of course Hitmontop and Scissor, which are good offensive bonds, and yeah, essentially it's leaning a bit more towards special, but it's also got quite a lot of attack power, offensive power, if you get what I mean. And it's a semi-read team, like I said, but we got that Chansey and that Clefable to sort of balance it up and to really make it work. So I'm hyped about the season, and I'm believing our team, and it's going to be a lot of fun just getting started with it. Which is going to be up next week. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the subscribe button, and share this video with a friend or two. And of course, subscribe to our channel to follow all the PSL things that are going to be going on. And of course, you know, follow the channel and just enjoy PSL with us, because it's going to be great. I'm also going to get the hashtag out of here. But before, until and after I see you next time, stay awesome.